Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm Stacy and today we are in what day are we? 6 of Inktober, and the prompt for this one was golden. And yeah, again, I didn't want to do anything obvious. Yeah. So I just came up with this cute design, which I love. I've already put it in to Procreate and created a print for patrons and sticker out of it. I love how this turned out. It's going to be a square sticker or maybe an oval. I haven't sent it off yet. I'm thinking square though, or rectangular rather. I decided to go in with a soft background to start, and once again with my orange colors, I went in with actual just orange to start, and then I'm going to layer on the pumpkin spice color, which I love, which is it has mica in it, so it's going to lend a little bit of sparkle. And I'm just popping in base colors at this point and getting in wet, getting in the darker, more mid-tones on the pumpkin, and the a little bit of shadow action to give it some shape. And I didn't want it to be like a typical orange pumpkin. I did want it to have a little bit of iridescence, so I am dropping more of the pure orange color in, which is actually called pumpkin, and the pumpkin spice color together to get that soft feeling. And then I'm going in with a little bit of harvest mixed with burnt sienna and red clay. I forget which one I grabbed to get the stem color in and to block in the little swirly bits. I know they don't really look like this, but this was strictly a piece to make me happy. Trying to get back in the flow of creating regularly, daily, creating something every day, which is my dream. And this piece is more of a whimsical kind of piece for me. I wanted it to feel soft and glowing and magical. So I went in with the soft iridescent pink, which is called firewood, and rose mixed together to get that soft pink effect on the head. And then kind of using the iridescent purple. I didn't want to go too dark too fast and become unhappy with the piece. I really wanted this to feel mystical. So it's not a perfect drawing of an owl. These owls have lots and lots of beautiful feathers, which you can see very plainly, and I didn't want to get lost in the details of all of that. I also didn't want the background to be just green. I thought a little bit of blue contrast would be nice and make him pop more off the page. So we're putting in a little bit of blue just for contrast. The first blue I chose was too bright, so I'm going over the top with a darker blue. I'm pretty sure it is the Prussian. Prussian blue is one of my favorite watercolor colors, next to indigo. I do love me some indigo, but I didn't want to go quite that dark. There are a couple of colors in the set that touch towards indigo, but I didn't want to go quite that dark. Getting in some layers and trying to get that feel of many layered feathers without drawing individual feathers. And I'm bouncing between iridescent white and touches of pink, iridescent white and touches of pink, a little bit of purple. And then I wanted to heat tool it all because I wanted to dry down that first layer. This is our first layer. Ideally, you just walk away and let it dry naturally, because then you get all the cool effects of any granulation that you're looking for, and your sparkly colors tend to be more sparkly when you don't take a heat tool to them. I'm just popping in some more pink and some of the pumpkin spice. I'm using pumpkin spice for the gold, and then I switched to is it the Dreamer's Gold that I keep dipping into? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, the Dreamer's Gold. The one next to it is called Gold, and it looks more antique to me, the one on the right, and I didn't want that particular darker shade of gold, so I'm going with the Dreamer's Gold. Plus, it's named appropriately, right, for the piece. So, and I'm getting in all the little sparkly bits that I want. And pretty happy with it. The more I paint, the happier I get, the more pleased I am. This piece in particular took about 3 hours to do. That's why the time lapse is a little bit longer than the previous paintings. I didn't want to cut a bunch of it out. I really wanted you guys to see all of the different steps that went through, all the iterations of the piece as we go here. I know it is sped up quite a lot. I did take my time. I went a little slower. I was looking to create a really nice finished piece that I could use for a print and stickers. Maybe make a pin out of this. This would be a really beautiful enamel pin, I think. And I'm just going in. I decided I wanted a little bit more dark between some of the feathers for contrast, so that he would look like an owl and pop off the page a little bit more. I felt like he was super blending into that background. And I really wanted him to be more the focal point. And right now I feel like the pumpkin is the focal point, just because it's so bright. I'm going in with the purple again. It is a this is the Blueberry Mountain. It's the color I'm using. And I grab a little bit of Mars Black for that eye to get that shape just right. I felt like maybe I should pop in the eye, and that would help me with knowing where to put my dark darks and my light lights. Almost forgot about his little feet. Oh, here we are. I went away and came back. It's all dry again. And I am mixing colors on the tape as my palette. Because once again, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like my owl is really blending into that background. And I want that background to be much, much darker, so that he pops forward. So I'm going in with a mixture of the Prussian. I'm pretty sure it's Prussian and a touch of black. No, it's Prussian and a touch of purple. And water, and just kind of trying to make it look even without overworking the piece, without making it look colored in. And I do use the tape sometimes as a palette. I need to get a little palette for this set of paints. I don't have one designated for this set. I think I'm going to get a little rectangular ceramic palette to set on top, like a lid over the top of the paint, so I can mix on that. And I feel like the dark blue makes the leaves pop a little more too. Gives me that contrast that I need, that I didn't have before. It wasn't quite there. Yeah, I dig this much better. And I am from the edge painting in towards the owl to help give that feathery, wispy effect. And I'm putting a little bit of the blue here and there on the owl in the dark areas so that he does look like he's part of the piece, not, complete lick and stick. Like he's not just stuck on there. Oh, my nose is getting stuffy again. I need to take more Theraflu. What do you guys think of this piece? Is it something you like? Do you want to see more of this kind of more fantasy-esque kind of pieces from me? I do enjoy creating them. They're so fun. And now that I've created this piece, there's a whole story in my head about this owl and a fairies. I don't ever go halfway. Most of my pieces, there's some sort of story behind them. I like my piece. I like it when art tells a story, or you can make up a story in your head just looking at a picture. You can go from that picture and create a story in your head about maybe what's happening. Getting a little bit of iridescent white on that face, and then I come down and I'm gonna fuss with the pumpkin a bit, because now that I put that dark blue in there, the pumpkin is looking a little too light. So I go ahead and put in a little bit of drag up a little bit of shadow from that corner, put it a little more dark on that background, the back piece, and where his tail is touching on or hovering over the pumpkin, that would be dark too. I end up wetting it all in and then dropping in some iridescent white to pick up that shine again, because I didn't want to completely lose the sparkle on the pumpkin. And I was thinking I could go in with the Mars Violet and work on the stem, the little swirly stem, and I kind of just draw that in with the paint to get those grooves, and then get those swirly bits in. Yeah, super fun to do this part. I love the little swirly bits, that little bit of detail. Kind of creeping and sweeping behind him. I really like that a lot. And I decided a little darker back there, a little darker over here. And you do that. You bounce back and forth, back and forth. I didn't want to overwork it, and I was very conscious of that. Like, I really like how it's looking right now. I don't want to ruin it. Maybe maybe we should stop with the pumpkin already. I was thinking maybe a little bit of blue in the shadowy areas, because it makes sense. Ended up mixing a little bit of green and then that deeper gold. I was thinking the deep gold for the swirly bits, and then changed my mind and grabbed the Dreamer's Gold, because I wanted my swirls to have gold on them, like they were magic. Maybe the pumpkin's magic, who knows? Fairies are involved. There's magic everywhere. Well, maybe one of them dropped their bag of fairy dust. Got it everywhere. Tinkerbell, she's in the mix. I'm just having fun making swirls at this point and playing with color. And then I decide to go in and do a little more, like another layer of the gold on him, because it dried down and it wasn't as sparkly as it was when it was wet. So I go in and just quickly dash in another layer of sparkle. And as I'm painting, I am loving this piece. I did end up putting it in Photoshop and creating a really dark blue background, and he really pops off the print now, and I really love how it turned out. I'm hoping when I get the print that it will read as gold, the color that I chose. So we'll see how it looks when I get it back. And we're all close to done. I take all the tape off. I just want a really good look at what it looks like without the tape. I love it. I think it looks fantastic. Get in a little bit of shadows. Once again, that contrast just isn't there. So I decided to go in with that blue again and get a little more contrast under the feathers, between the feathers. Ooh, excuse me. Especially the section that's underneath this other section. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, it's almost my bedtime. What do you guys think? I kind of love it. I kind of love it a lot. And then, yeah, the leaves were a little too pale. So I decided to go in and give them some shape because they are twisting in on each other and folding here and there. And they weren't reading. I wasn't reading. So I'm taking the boreal. I think that's how you say it. It's a what kind of green is this? It's like a moss green. Or a sap green, rather. Try not to obliterate my gold, but definitely get my greens in there. And put a little green on the little swirly bits as well. Try not to forget to put shadows in on the leaves where the swirly bits are overlapping the leaves. A little bit of touch-up detailing. And then we're close to done. I could have worked on this piece for so much longer and just picked at it and got it on top with colored pencils, but overall I'm really happy with it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, if this is your kind of art or not. What do you think? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, stick around, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. I don't remember if we do a close-up of this one or not. Yeah, we do. There we go. Bye.